Hello, good evening, or good morning, or afternoon, or whatever time it is. Thank you for all the listeners, all two of you.
Evening, it's 5 to 6.
I know, but people might be watching this at a different time. What's the name of the podcast? The Elite MMA. What is it? That's subject. Is that subject? MMA Elite. That's subject to change. Shit. I'm joined here with
Harrison.
and
Robbie.
today we're talking about what we talking about today.
Just a bit of everything.
A bit of everything, but mainly focusing on topics such as Conor McGregor losing against Floyd Mayweather.
Wow.
Brock Lesnar ending up in a body bag and somehow managed to survive and retain his title.
Be looking at the undercard of the McGregor and Mayweather match.
Is it just them going 6 times or something?
We've got a couple good fighters on the undercard.
Who?
I don't know.
Nathan
You don't know? They look good.
They've not announced
Buddy
it.
Jack.
They look good. They look
Buddy
good.
Is
Jack.
Buddy Jack on it?
Nathan Cleverley.
These just all sound like regens from FIFA or something like that, to be honest.
Oh, Javante. Yeah, Javante's legit.
Who's got the best record at the undercard lot?
Floyd Mayweather.
Undercard lot. Undercard.
Javante.
What's his record? Fucking dickhead.
No, Buddy Jack. I don't know. Buddy Jackson's
He's
got.
still undefeated, Buddy Jack.
His last fight was James DeGale, wasn't he? Knocked his front 2 teeth out.
Are they all American that you're saying, by the way?
Yeah.
Nathan Cleverley's English, isn't
No, he's Welsh. Nathan
Welsh.
Cleverley went against Tony Bellew a few years ago.
And won.
He won the first match, lost the
Are we like gatekeepers to like better fighters or something? Because we just sound awful. Oh, we got all these fighters, and then the Americans come over and then they bop us.
Well, we don't really like to cross over the seas. The most recent one I'd say is probably Carl Frampton, and he's lost his last 2.
Yeah. He just left his management as well.
I just don't want Anthony Joshua to fucking like leave, go overseas, and never come back the same person.
He was meant to fight abroad, wasn't he, against Klitschko?
He's supposed to be fighting in Wales pretty soon.
Against who?
Pulev.
The fuck is Pulev?
Really?
Yeah.
Stop making these names up.
Serious.
Fuck's a Pulev? Ooh, that's a...
Obviously, Klitschko retired, did he? So.
I don't know, man.
Out of nowhere.
You mean out of nowhere? He's pretty old, to be fair. It's not like out of nowhere. Like, yeah, they were expecting a rematch, but like you could see he was on his last legs when he was just getting like minced about by Joshua.
So.
So
That in the 6th round, though.
no, really wasn't. To be fair, he got dropped, didn't he? Right. Predictions. Mayweather,
Oh,
McGregor, Harrison. Your thoughts?
I'm undecided. I've got like pros and cons for both. It's difficult.
Is it the fact that Mayweather's so good at what he does, but you want McGregor to win so badly it hurts?
I don't know. It's just obviously I want McGregor to win, but
Where are you watching it?
here probably now.
Yeah, because
I was
if anyone watches you like in a pub or something, a single tear will roll down your eye when McGregor loses, and that'll be the end of it. For those of you who don't know, Harrison is probably one of the biggest McGregor fans I've ever seen outside of his immediate family. It actually burns me inside to see how much of a fan he is. And when he wins, he takes the wins as his own. And when he loses, he'll tweet him and just sort of like, "God, keep your head up, champ. You get them in the next time." It's really cute, though, to be fair. It really is. But like, I'd love to be as invested in something as that. And I just feel like really depressed because of it. But like, for me, I really want McGregor to sort of like do it. And
Shock the world.
yeah, but like everyone's talking, oh, McGregor's got the weird, funny angles and all that sort of shit. It's just so much shit.
Yeah, everyone's saying that, but then it comes down to it. If you just look at the paper, it's a boxing match.
It is. It's not a cage match. It's not a street
It
fight.
just takes one punch though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What did I say? Cage match
I know
first.
everyone's going on about these 8-ounce gloves and all that.
Yeah.
Like Mayweather had I'm sure like 43 of his
Yeah.
49 fights have been 8 ounce.
I've never really taken notice of that, but it doesn't really seem to matter at the end of the day if they're both using the same thing.
I think it's going to be more interesting than what people think.
It's not even the fight I'm looking forward to most this year.
Which one?
The Triple G Canelo fight. That's what.
He's a technician, really, isn't he?
And I think Canelo's just gonna pick him apart.
He's a joke.
Honestly.
Canelo's gonna pick him apart.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Pick a round.
It's going the length.
Going the distance.
It's going the distance.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to say for you, McGregor, Mayweather, predictions? He's going down in the fourth. Mystic Mike.
He's changed his prediction.
He's changing it like the fucking weather.
I honestly said Mayweather first round.
Mayweather first round. Even Mystic Mac said fourth.
That's what I said.
Holy shit.
And then I was teetering on the edge. I changed. And I keep thinking to myself, it's a boxing match, isn't it? It's not like, if it was a fight, then yeah, we all know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
It's pure boxing, and he's done pure boxing for the last
a million years.
Of his
Close
life,
enough.
So.
Do you think McGregor can get to Mayweather?
I don't think he can, and I think he has such a slim chance, but he still has a chance.
Do you not think it's going to cause Mayweather a problem because he's not going to be like a usual person in the games? He's got that wide stance.
That's cool and all, but it's not. I don't know, because everyone's saying like, oh, he's not a traditional boxer, so he may be able to do something different. That's like you going to bloody Spain and not speaking a word of Spanish and expecting to have everything under the sun, like that kind of thing.
I think everyone is underestimating his boxing skills. Everyone's acting like he can't box at all.
He's not an elite boxer.
I know he's not, but he hasn't been beaten once standing up.
Do you not think Mayweather has fought an elite boxer in his career?
Yeah.
Name one. Name one.
De La Hoya.
He was elite at the time of facing him, and he couldn't beat him.
Coming off the edge.
Ricky Hatton.
And he couldn't beat him.
Ricky Hatton.
And he couldn't beat him.
No.
So by that logic, and the only reason you still want him to win is because he's just kicking up such a fuss.
If
it'd be amazing. It'd be incredible.
If this is the Mayweather that we know, then I expect him to win.
Why wouldn't it be the Mayweather that we know? Unless he's like popping Roy.
It's been out for 2 years.
Do you reckon he's gonna take something? He's gonna get popped by USADA or something like that. And Dana just goes bright white.
2 years, and it's a 40-year-old against a 29-year-old.
Could you imagine?
Surely that's a difference, a big difference. Though.
That's true, but could you imagine if Floyd gets popped for drug use? Could you imagine the claws? He's in like he's never not been in shape. Yeah. He came out of like the womb with a six pack.
He goes to clubs, and after that he goes and trains. Like
he has. I don't think he's had a drink since like 1996.
Have you not seen what he's been tweeting about? No. About he's going to.
He can tweet.
Yeah. Well, he's probably not him, but
yeah. He was assistant.
He's been tweeting about people coming into his strip club. He'll be there tonight on this. It's just all mind games, though, isn't it?
Is it?
Trying to make it seem like he's not training and all that.
Doesn't he do that anyway?
Well, I saw a video the other day that he was training at 4 a.m. So
yeah, he does that.
He is a machine.
Club,
have you not seen
on nights out, he goes and trains.
They're not called embedded. What are they called for the show? All access for Mayweather. He does this all the time.
Yeah, he watches previous ones.
He's a freak. He's on another level.
Have you noticed that there's hardly any footage of Conor in there?
I know because
it's Showtime.
But no, did you not see the Dana White has said that Conor didn't want to release the certain amount of
it's all after this happens, after all of this happens, I think all the footage will either get leaked or released by officially or some person that was there, and I think it's going to show, like, you're going to see him in the ring and you're just going to see him and he's not going to be able to fight, and then all of it's going to get released because you've seen it all anyway, so it doesn't really matter. He may have not. Who did he knock down?
Paulie Malignaggi.
Yeah, and
who's not in the greatest shape himself.
No, but that was probably the best out of, I don't know, like 50 hours worth of footage.
Yeah, we're saying he's not in the best of shape, but he still is a two-time champ. Like,
yeah,
you still expect better.
His last fight was only
that's 2 months ago, a month ago.
That's very
sure it was the Josh
undercard. Yeah.
Now
he lost.
Yeah.
He got knocked out.
Yeah. And wore them big fuck off glasses.
Who got knocked out?
Malignaggi.
Yeah.
He got knocked out, but I mean, I think if Conor loses, I think they'll release the full thingy.
Oh God, if Conor wins, they'll never let see the light of day. That will get locked down more than like.
That'll come out, and I could see that starting something with Paulie.
Yeah, what a comeback or something.
Maybe if he loses to Mayweather, he might have a.
Oh shit! Like a brawl with Mayweather. Oh wow, okay.
Whereas if he shocks the world, obviously he can do anything he wants.
Yeah.
I'd rather not have that. I'd rather just see McGregor
get back into the octagon, back into his wheelhouse.
Mayweather is saying he's gonna come out and attack him. He never does that.
You mean like physically?
No, like
verbally.
He's gonna bring the fight to him.
Oh right, Mayweather said this.
Yeah, instead of sitting back, he said he owes it to the fans after the Pacquiao fight.
He says that shit, and then he'll do the same shit.
Yeah.
It's to get people out. He's like, oh, he's gonna be on the attack now, and then when he's not after the 12th round.
Just to raise the price in the gates. That's all it is. Just to make the money.
Yeah, but
if it goes 12 rounds though, I can't see Mayweather knocking him out. If it goes 12 rounds, I'd see that as
6 seconds, Aldo, bang, that's it.
No, I see it's kind of a win for Conor away. He's lasted 12 rounds with him. You'd expect someone who's supposedly called the best ever by people to finish someone.
Yeah, but have you seen how he's won though? He's only had one knockout victory, or was it one knockdown in the past?
He's had 2
Mayweather
in the last 10 years.
Yeah, like the thing is,
Ricky Hatton won.
Yeah.
And the one where the guy went to say sorry and he cheap shot.
Yeah.
He said sorry.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Defend yourself at all times. It was timing. Let's be serious. Yeah. But what were you saying just then? What did you say before that? Because I just forgot what I was gonna say.
About
Oh yeah. Have you seen the way Mayweather wins?
Yeah.
Have you seen the way that Woodley wins? Do you understand where I'm coming from?
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, people do though.
I don't think there's anything.
People don't see anything wrong with Mayweather doing that.
Yeah, I know, but you'd expect Mayweather to do better than that against someone who's a non-boxer, who's been saying throughout this whole thing he's a boxer and he's going to get battered and all this. You wouldn't expect him to go 12 rounds with him.
No, but if he does, then like it happens. Like I guess. You really want it. Well. No, it's not a win. Don't make that a win. Don't make that a win.
Those 12 rounds?
Yeah.
Don't make that a win. A win is a win. He signed up for the same things that 49 other people did.
Alright, it's not a win, but...
It's a moral victory.
Yeah. He's taken, what is he, a 6-weight world champ?
Yeah.
All the way to 12 rounds. He's never boxed.
The chances are, I don't see it finishing before round 8. I see it going the distance most times.
Do you think Mayweather could knock him out?
No.
Do you think Conor could knock him out?
Yes.
I think Mayweather could
knock him
out.
Do you?
Yeah.
What makes you think though that... You've seen McGregor's chin before. That's in 4-ounce gloves as well.
I've seen Mayweather's chin as well.
What, is it good?
Ridiculous.
He's just ability to...
He's been rocked a few times.
I know, I've seen that and he just shells up and that's the end. Like it's like he's never been hurt.
The only time he's been put on the floor is when he was just starting his career.
Do you see when he got put on the floor though? It was literally his glove scraped to the ground. It wasn't like... There was one time, and I forgot who it was against, where he gets rocked and the bell goes and he's literally struggling to get back to his corner. Like, it's scary stuff. Like, he's lucky.
It's just...
Did he have decent awareness of where he was at the time? Was he still there, like in his head?
This. If there was a minute left in the round,
it
would have been lights out for him.
Would have been over. Was he worse than Cormier at the time? Because that was a shambles.
That chicken legs. It's like...
Oh my god, I nearly cried at that.
It's like when Klitschko did the Millie Rock.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh shit.
I did tell you though, didn't I?
What?
Jon Jones, man.
It wasn't convincing, but it was a...
My first round prediction.
Did you not think... You didn't think he was winning the fight?
Absolutely not.
Really?
Really not. No.
Same.
He was more... He was the aggressor.
I thought...
He was throwing more punches.
I thought he won the first round. DC won the second round, and... I don't know. It seemed like DC was just...
DC was his own enemy.
DC in the second round for the last minute. Wow, he was picking apart Jon Jones.
Yeah, he really was. He really was. And he did predict his weakness 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, I know.
I'm sure. Jon Jones landed more significant strikes and everything.
Yeah, Jon Jones kept him at bay.
He just throws him over
but at the end of the day, it's what the judges decide, and it's always like debate versus like quality versus quantity. Like, 'cause it was the same story for Dan Henderson versus Michael Bisping too, in the sense that Bisping was landing a lot, but then Henderson just brought the H-bomb out, and that was it. Like, the guy just kept stumbling over his own feet afterwards. So it's like that same debate again. And Cormier basically, predicted his own downfall. He said it. Did you not see this excerpt from like 4 years ago? He's like, I know your weakness. Yeah. You're gonna go low. I'm gonna go low, and you're gonna go high. You're gonna head kick me, and I'm gonna go down. And then it actually happened. I was like, oh my god.
Do you not think DC was only getting the upper hand because Jon Jones had been out of the octagon for so long?
Yeah, probably, but it makes sense. It's having the only reason that Daniel Cormier has more ring experience, octagon experience, is because Jon Jones stopped himself from doing so. It's his own doing. But at the end of the day, he still beat him up. He still TKO'd him. Like,
It was nasty.
it was grim. There were like way too many punches involved there.
And just like when he kicked him to the head and DC was stumbling, it was like
It was the trip.
I know it wasn't.
It was
like
the
a kick,
schoolboy trip.
It was like a piss take trip. Oh, I just trip you up now.
It was like something you see on a Saturday night when someone's fighting someone trying to run away and just hook him back.
I was gutted for him.
It was horrendous. It was horrendous. You can still see it in his eyes. He's still a bit dead inside because of it.
Well, did you see the Ariel Helwani interview with him?
Yeah.
He thinks he's going to get a third fight with him.
He can absolutely get a third fight with him.
I think it'll be a while.
If the title situation doesn't change.
It will be a while.
I think he'd have to go through Gustafsson and all that.
He has to, obviously. Like, that's the rules of losing. Like, the title, you have to pick yourself back up and get back to being the number one contender.
Alright then. Who's facing Jon Jones next then?
Gustafsson, surely.
I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be Anthony Johnson. I think he'll come back for the title fight.
Why?
Why?
He lost his last 2 fights, didn't he?
To Cormier.
To Cormier, and he lost the fight before as well.
No, he won it.
But who's the person that we haven't seen Jon Jones against yet?
Anthony Johnson.
True.
But Gustafsson too.
Gustafsson was the best technical fight I have ever seen.
He's
like,
the only one that can get close to Jon Jones in terms of his
height.
reach and all. What was his last fight? Gustafsson, Glover Teixeira?
Yeah, and he bopped him.
Yeah.
3 uppercuts.
Yeah, straight up. Like, the guy is a joke. I think he's been very, very unlucky in all of his fights. They've been absolutely like 5-star matches, and the fact is he's been on the wrong end of most of them. Has just shaped his career in the sense that always the bridesmaid, never the bride sort of situation, in the sense that he'll never get a title. But I think that has to change. He's deserved so many title shots, and the one against Jones would be absolutely amazing again. If Jones is anywhere near the form that he was when he last fought him, it'd be incredible. Like, unbelievable.
I don't think Jones would go. I don't know. I think he'd probably have a different fight until then.
Yeah, it might not be ready for that.
Gustafsson got. I saw someone who covers the UFC was saying that Gustafsson just did an interview and he was nowhere near in talks with Jon Jones about a fight or anything like that.
It's a shame.
John could push Brock Lesnar.
But
it's the big money fight at the end of the day.
Till?
Who?
Brock.
I don't know. Like, no one fucking knows. The only person that probably knows is like Paul Heyman.
And he's just regained his title.
He could be the first inter promotion champion.
That would be amazing. He would rule both sports.
Illegitimate and legitimate.
I'm not gonna lie. I think he'd get beat the fuck up by Jon Jones.
Yeah, by technical.
He'd get destroyed.
Imagine John in the clinch with Lesnar.
He'd get wrecked.
Lesnar's last fight against Mark Hunt, that wasn't like convincing.
No, it wasn't.
All he did
was just take him down every time. Obviously, Mark Hunt isn't like.
No, but it's a mixed martial arts event.
Yeah.
So if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Like, if you're beating someone on the floor, why would you stand up and try and fight with them?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if
no, I'm arguing with you over the same topic. Shut up.
You won't be able to do that with Jon Jones.
No, of course he won't. Of course he won't. He's just too versatile. He's too 3-dimensional. Brock Lesnar's got cinder blocks for hands. That's it. And if you can get someone to the floor on the back, on the knees, that's it. Like,
in the Jon Jones kick to his stomach.
John's the type of guy to bring back.
Just that laugh. It's like, oh.
You saw the Alistair Overeem to his stomach.
Bro.
John's the type of guy.
That's because he felt attacked.
To bring back Brock's diverticulitis.
Bring it back. He'd be 100% diverticulitis by the end of that fight.
One body kick.
He'd want to die. He'd choose death.
If the Brock Lesnar thing did happen,
yeah,
and he was still in WWE, that only means one thing: someone's going to WWE for some sort of appearance.
Jon Jones is going to wrestle at 205 Live because that's technically the way he is. They're all 205. Could you imagine Alexander Gustafsson versus Tony Nese?
Imagine Daniel Cormier.
DC versus Nese.
Jesus.
It would be a mess. What's his name? Tozawa as well.
Okay, Tozawa.
Yeah, put Neville. Oh, it's like, just make it a massive rumble. A massive battle royal, massive brawl or something like that.
Have you not seen who Stipe called out?
Who? Stiopic. Who's he called?
Anthony Joshua. In a boxing
Oh, it's sad now at this point. It's like the 17th time. It's like
everyone's jumping on the McGregor Mayweather hype.
I know, of course, because it's a big money fight.
What's his name? Gina Dos Santos. is his boxing sparring partner, wasn't he?
Who? Anthony Joshua?
Yeah, for Junior Dos Santos.
And
He might die.
You know who? Well, this was before he just got knocked out. Jimmy Manuwa.
Yeah.
Called out David Hay.
That one's...
Whoever he faced, he changed his nickname, didn't he?
No time. No time.
No time.
No time.
That is just shit.
You think? Really?
It is awful.
Bro, if he knocks people out in the first round every time and he's calling himself no time,
and what if he doesn't?
imagine if it goes to distance every time. What's his name?
If he goes to the third round, what is he going to call it?
Sometime.
Something.
I've got time for this, bit of time for that.
Uzdemir or something?
Ponzi scheme guy? I don't know his
I can't
name.
remember where he's from. I'm
Is this the finish?
Is it Russia or something like that?
I don't know. I don't want to say anything about being too offensive. I don't actually.
They're fucking
Calabi.
Oh my god. No, he knows. We know his opinion on people from Ohio who claim they're from somewhere else. It's that immigrant mentality. So he's from Ohio. Shit.
Who else is there? So we've got Gervonta Davis. Who's he facing?
I don't know.
I'll get it.
I can't remember who it is. But Nathan Cleverly and Barry Jack should be a pretty good fight.
I've never watched Nathan Cleverly.
To be fair, the last fight I saw him was the Bellew fight, but that was ages ago. But I mean, Barry Jack's last fight, I don't even know if I think that ended a draw with James DeGale. I just remember James DeGale's front teeth coming out.
Hey, can we just recap what happened on the weekend? That boxing match.
Which one? Terence
Crawford. Wow.
And Julius Indongo.
Wow.
That body shot.
Straight to the solar plexus.
Oh yeah, I showed it you.
Yeah, I saw it. It's horrific.
Amazing.
Who was the guy that was just? We were watching a video the other day. Was it a recent fight where the guy was just like wrapping himself around the ropes, trying not to get hit, getting up at 9.5? That was Dillian White.
Oh.
His opponent.
Oh right, I was gonna say. I was like, what the fuck?
Embarrassing. That.
He's getting up at 9. He's getting up at 10.
I would have thought that would have been like close to the main event, that fight.
No, but was that?
Thank fuck it wasn't.
It was his first fight in America, wasn't it?
I know, but still, he's like an established fighter, isn't
Yeah, but he's established over here and established over there are two different things.
Being established over there, you're worldwide, like.
I want to see that. I want to see the Derek Chisora fight again.
Yeah, that deserves a second one. That really does.
I've just seen both of them being called each other out on Instagram. Like,
bro, I'm sick. Fucking like.
Honestly, I want to see what's his name? Andre Ward. Third fight with what's his name?
Kovalev. You TKO'd in the last one.
I know, but I'd love to see a third fight between them.
The first one was controversial, wasn't it? But...
And he knocked him down. Kovalev knocked Ward down.
What do you think of Anderson Silva just been announced, isn't he? Against Calvin Gastelum.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about his gay rumours or something like that because they just came out as well.
Anderson Silva?
Yeah.
Really?
It's not even like worth a talking point, so I shouldn't have even brought it up. But he was like, yeah, it might be in the future or something. I don't know, shit. That's honestly what he said, just disproving it. He's like, I don't know.
I think he should retire now.
Nah, he's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's
what harm's he doing?
His legacy.
Fuck his legacy, man. He's making that money still.
Did you see my
Joe needs to retire. BJ Penn.
Yeah.
No, he's trying.
How long? 9 years?
Yeah, he hasn't.
7 years.
Winless. 8 years winless now.
I saw that.
7.5.
His money problems. That's why he came back. Though.
Oh really?
Obviously, David said no to him coming back.
And I think it's masked behind the fact that I need to try a new challenge, but he hasn't completed any of his previous challenges by losing to every single division he's gone up. What's the highest he's been to, and what's the lowest weight he's been to?
Who?
BJ Penn.
I'm sure he's won two titles in different divisions.
I think so, but not at the same time, obviously.
Yeah.
I think he started at flyweight and ended up at heavyweight at one point. Imagine that. At the maximum limit as well, so 265.
Wow.
Do you think Anderson should retire, Robson?
No, because I still think he can win the title back.
I think he has enough.
Really?
Yeah, I personally.
Beat Michael. He did beat Michael Bisping.
He did, to be fair.
He did. He knocked him out.
With that knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally think he fills the roster out. I think he makes it entertaining for everyone involved. He's still a spectacle. I don't think he's going to win another title, but I think he's going to hold a position like a Blackbeard, like a Derek Lewis type.
He's just come back as well.
Yeah, in the sense
Really?
in the sense that he'll never be what he was, but what he is now is still a decent fighter. You can still, he's like a gatekeeper, in the sense that if you can beat him, you can move on to better things.
Isn't that Michael Johnson?
He's like it's weird. He's like the Undertaker version of the UFC.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Oh, I've beaten him.
Now you can go on and face all the decent people past me.
He's
No
did
time.
he ever get that title rematch since he broke his leg?
Yeah, he lost.
No, he got knocked out the first one.
Oh
And
shit!
the second one he broke.
He didn't get it then, did he?
got the
No.
title rematch,
Didn't get it.
which
No.
I thought was a bit.
Right, Dana White has confirmed things before, and then completely erased them from memory.
What, like GSP and Tyron Woodley?
That's happened like at least twice now, hasn't it?
Now it's Bisping.
Yeah. I saw it on Insta the other day. I was scrolling through his profile, and he was like, "Yeah, this match is definitely on for the main event because it's for the title." And then neither of them were injured. Neither of them got like popped by USADA, and it just happened to be a different main event. I can't remember what main event it was, but I was like, "Yeah, when's this gonna happen? This happened 2 years ago." So
Joe fight we all need. Nick Diaz versus Anderson Silva.
I want to see Nick Diaz versus Nate Diaz.
Never happening.
I know it's never gonna happen, but I can dream.
No.
You know why Nick hasn't come back, right? He still owes fines to USADA about his weed violations, and he just won't pay it.
I'm not surprised. You
No,
could
it was like 167,000, wasn't
He
it? But
just won't pay it.
No,
He's paid
he's
some.
only paid the 67.
But he won't
He's
pay.
not paying 100.
Yeah, I'm not paying anything if I'm been fucking unemployed for 5 years.
Like, it's only CBD oil.
It's not
Like,
the point
it's
though.
not
Like,
weed.
it's the principle of it all, isn't it? Like, he's been unfairly treated.
This. I'm just looking at middleweights and they're all stacked. Like,
I think it's good what Nate's doing. He's just waiting for that big fight.
Fantastic what he's doing.
accepting.
I like the way he's now like they are like so respectful of each other because everyone's talking shit about him, but he's so respectful of Conor McGregor now. He's like, he's my friend. I beat him up. No one gets
no,
to
he's
say.
not respectful, he's professional.
Yeah, about the sport. He's like, but no one gets to talk about my friend except me. And I was like, it's really cute. To be fair.
It's just so crazy how Conor went from there to the amount of weight he put on to get up there.
Yeah,
And then
he almost looks like the imposter going around New York City pretending to be him.
So how big that is.
Yeah,
Oh, he's-
but everyone's believing the lie. Like, oh, he must be getting jacked for this fight, and you'd believe it. Like, who else is walking around New York City with an open like blazer or
like
shirt?
Bulgarian or something.
Yeah.
By his accent.
But he's speaking like, "Yo, Conor McGregor," and everyone, and he's like, "Da." Like, what the fuck?
Everyone probably thinks he's like Artem Lobov. Like,
I'm thinking it's like Artem Lobov with like bleached hair or something like that. But he's trying to. I think he slowly progressed because the last time I saw him in a video, he wouldn't open his mouth. He was too scared to sound like if he was a fraud because he is. And then on the second, I can't like. I'm not saying that in a bad way. He's literally a fraud. But in the second,
I wonder if Conor's seen that.
yeah, almost certainly has.
Yeah.
Almost certainly has. He's pissing himself. It'll be in like the Mac Life episode 3 or something.
Who the fuck?
Did you
But-
see the Conor McGregor song? The guy.
That's
with
gonna-
the ukulele.
That's gonna fucking
No,
cringe.
that's-
Am I gonna cringe at it?
Oh, he's really good.
Is it?
Seriously.
Is it just fuck the Mayweathers and he's just like strumming on one string or something like that?
You just say fuck the Mayweather, isn't it?
Is
But
it?
It's all like lyrically. It is good to be fair.
Hmm.
Conor's invited him to his fight. And
Ah. Count me in. 1, 2.
JDS.
Do you need a Santos?
Yeah.
He ain't
He's
popping.
been pulled up by USADA.
He's saying it's just supplements he's taking that's got a banned substance.
And the toxicology report has reported that it is.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry, toxicology report has reported that it is. Something along the lines of that. Nothing. I think it's like cold and flu or something along the lines of that. Maybe.
Oh.
Don't quote me on that like 100%. But
It's
it's
probably helped him actually because the guy he
Yeah.
was against,
Well, you know
what's his name?
Francis
Ngannou?
Ngannou.
Oh my god.
Have you ever seen him? Wow.
yeah. He's like the up and comer. He's like the Uber version of Uberim.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna get popped.
That's it. He's just called Overeem out.
Has he?
Yeah, to
He
replace
would.
JDS.
Like Overeem's the most technical strike.
No.
Like the most technical striker I've ever seen in heavyweight.
Yeah.
But Ngannou at this point in his career to where Overeem is.
Yeah.
At this point in his career, Ngannou's gonna bounce.
He's gonna get popped. Someone must be knocking on his door like every day.
Alistair Overeem's #1 contender.
I can believe that. It's because he felt Stipe
Who was
tap.
it?
Cain Velasquez is still third.
Third.
Yeah.
Kane on his day is
That's
just a beast,
amazing.
man.
Yeah, Kane's the best heavyweight at this moment.
On his day. I think he has hot.
No, when he's fit.
That's on his day then.
No, it's not.
Okay, I think we're
It's two different things.
on his day when he's fit.
Yeah. It's two different things.
His last fight
Not a
was
bad day.
UFC 200, wasn't it?
Kane.
Knocked out.
Fuck
Travis
me, that's
Brown.
such a shit card. No,
I
did he
swear
knock him
been
out?
Knocked out like the last 4 times he's fought.
I must have fallen asleep.
Travis
Celebrating
Brown.
Canada like that.
Must have fallen asleep.
Travis Brown's trash.
Did he win it? I can't
So
remember.
is his wife.
No, his last fight was against. His last fight was against some guy. I think he's got the nickname's a Russian Bear or something, and he literally. Just,
Russian bear.
She wasn't Orlovsky.
No, it wasn't Arlovsky. It was. I forgot his name, and the guy just put Travis in a rear naked choke, just wrapped his legs around him.
Joke. That's a joke.
But I'm sure the last 4 fights he's been finished or stopped or taken after his wife, isn't he?
Take it after his wife.
Lightweights, we've got obviously Jones is the champion.
No, not my champion.
Cormier is going to take the while out. We've got Gustafsson, Ozdemir, the one who knocked out Manoa.
No time.
Is he undefeated?
Yeah,
Got no time.
But how many fights has he had in the UFC? It must have
4?
like a few.
he has had.
No time to look at my stats. Move on, please.
3 fights.
3-0.
Where's
Ooh.
he gone up to? Because he was second.
It's popped down. It's gone down.
Now.
Yeah.
Glover Teixeira is above him.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think
That
much.
knockout was nasty though. Jimmy Manoa's.
Yeah, it was.
He just clipped him in the clinch with that left hook.
They're
Make it.
looking scary now. Robert Whittaker. Wow.
He's on the wall. He's on the wall.
You still got Yoel.
Don't do it.
Everyone loves you.
I love you.
Joe Rogan's impressive.
It's incredible. It's like I was trying to figure out how he has such a good sort of like impression of him, and then I realized he was standing next to him interviewing him. I love you.
He'll get another chance though at a title.
Yeah.
Yo, 'cause
Of
he's on the
course,
decision.
yeah.
But I should imagine surely Whittaker's gonna have another fight before the winner of GSP Bisbee.
Don't don't bank on that. Anything could happen, and it's anything that makes the most money right now.
He's injured anyway.
It doesn't matter.
He's knee injury, but
It doesn't matter anymore. Like they'd send a guy out who's injured who makes 100 million more for someone to fight with one leg and a crutch.
what do you think, GSP Bisbee?
It's gonna be so.
I'm not happy.
You're not.
You're not happy.
No.
You're not impressed.
Did you want him and Woodley?
Yeah. And I want Woodley to bang him, and now I want Bisping to bang.
Dana White said that's not happening because he knows GSP will bring the fight, Bisbee will bring the fight, and he's just not going to be boring like Tyron Woodley's last fight. This is the thing though. Mayweather, what you said before,
Yeah.
regarded by some of the best ever, best defensive boxer ever.
Uh huh.
He practically does what Tyron Woodley did last fight.
Super defensive.
He's against Damian Maia,
Yeah.
who's probably the best on the ground in the UFC.
And completely negated him.
And he stuffed 18 takedowns.
Yeah. From a technical perspective, it is absolutely insane that someone can do that. From a casual fan, they think it's the most fucking boring thing on earth.
I love it.
And can't see any because there's no punches being thrown. It was the least amount of punches thrown in a contest in a 5-round fight.
I think it was the exact same. Cormier when he faced Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
Like.
But that was last minute. That wasn't a title fight.
Yeah, but you don't want to stand up with Anderson Silva.
Of course, they all
You don't
booed.
want to.
All the fans
No, but
booed.
when he did stand up, he got hit by that leg kick in the
Yeah.
stomach, and
Yeah, the only way you can enjoy these types of fights if you're trying to learn how to do that. Really, like realistically, unless you're a purist.
I enjoyed the Woodley fight against
Yeah.
Damian Maia.
Yeah.
But go on. Sorry.
It's just like the everyone knew what Damian Maia was going to try and do though.
And he didn't do it, and people are upset because Woodley wouldn't let him do it.
And if he wanted to stand up, I don't think that would have lasted very long.
I don't know what Dana White was thinking. I don't know if it's a persona or something, but it's really depressing to hear your boss, after you've defended your title probably against one of the most technical sort of opponents of all time, to go turn around and say, yeah, he'll never climb higher than the co-main event because he's just not entertaining. He's a defensive fighter, and you've thrown him against a technical fighter who doesn't throw a punch. What do you expect is going to happen? Like nothing. There's no, the chance of a knockdown happening are slim to none, and the fact that you expect anything else is just disappointing from Dana White, let alone the fans. Like,
Did he get one knockdown? Didn't he?
Did he get knocked down?
He got a knockdown,
Yeah.
but he just
Did
didn't chase him
did he
down
not-
to the ground. Obviously,
It's-
a bit like what
Yeah,
Conor did with Nate. He just said go up.
Yeah.
I also don't like how Woodley approaches what he perceives to be the problem, like being a racist industry.
It's not at all. It's because he's
Like,
just
the
not.
face of the UFC
Yeah.
is it's Jon Jones.
The biggest feud of all time is Cormier versus Jones. If anything,
Like,
yeah,
he got his second biggest fight is fighter.
yeah.
Not draw is Anderson Silva, and then your number one pound for pound is apparently Demetrius Johnson.
Apparently,
I don't agree with
you
it.
don't agree with it.
Even Joe Rogan says that.
They're all black. Like, you can't say it's a racist industry. Like, you're a champion.
Yeah, you can be black and boring.
Yeah.
Like those two are not mutually exclusive.
It's like, oh, you're black, we're not going to push you. No,
Yeah.
You can be boring. Like, yeah, you're a knockout artist, but
At the end of the day, if you're not bringing anything to the table, what's the point of having you?
Yeah.
But at the same time, the person who's in charge has put this fight together, and it's stupid for not realizing that this would happen. Like,
That Dana should have had that conversation with him in private.
he's airing it out like it's all his dirty laundry.
I think where all the fans are like, oh, it's boring and all this. If you remember the Stephen Thompson second,
Yeah,
it was practically the same kind of thing.
he did this in the post-fight presser. He was like, he's never gonna get to the main card again if he fights like this.
And the one
It's
first
just
punch he did throw,
Yeah.
he shut his eye.
Amazing.
He shut Damian Maia's eye.
amazing.
But to stuff 18
Yeah.
takedowns from the best person on the ground in the UFC,
That
black belt Brazilian
yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu.
That alone should win him the title back after 5 rounds.
Exactly.
It's a joke, man.
But then obviously when you've got the casual viewers who just watch it now and then.
Will somebody hit somebody? I don't know. Sorry.
typical
Fucking
Western fan.
no, typical 2007 UFC fan, and it was just like
It was the same with the Mayweather Pacquiao fight. People who just tuned in just to watch that fight
because the
were just like, oh, it's boring. But it was a defensive masterclass of Mayweather.
Yeah, people tune in to watch Mayweather lose. They don't tune in to watch him.
yeah, he's an
I
absolute
love
villain.
to watch Mayweather box.
I know everyone says like Skip Bayless. He's like, oh, he only had one shoulder, Pacquiao and all this.
Yeah, but
If he couldn't fight, he wouldn't have fought.
yeah,
Of course, that's the
Mayweather's
state of
always
things.
gonna wait for him.
And I think people don't realize that every single fighter has something wrong with them to some extent. Like, they all have a knock somewhere. They all have a weakness.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're using that as an excuse, don't get in the ring. Don't get in the octagon. Just don't do it. If it's bothering you that much, don't use it as an excuse not to say you haven't won. Just move on, or just don't fight at all. Like,
Is Conor still champion of the lightweights?
Yeah.
fuck the light. No, I can't.
I love how.
No, there's an interim bout.
How is it?
It's Kevin Ferguson and. Is it
Tony Ferguson.
Tony
The-
Ferguson and Kevin Lee.
The devil.
Is it?
Yeah. Kevin Lee's ranked 6th,
Seventh.
7th.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And he's fighting for interim.
Because
Like Conor.
they didn't-
Impersonator.
Because obviously last time Khabib was.
Oh shit! Wait, I thought he was at Bellator.
No.
Who?
Kevin Lee.
Oh no, there's another Irish guy in Bellator who's basically the
No,
other Conor.
Kevin Lee's black.
Oh right.
You're thinking.
You know who I'm thinking of,
Yeah, I
and I can't remember his name. Yeah.
Uh,
You're gonna edit this in post, by the way.
John Kavanagh.
That's
trains him as
no,
well.
wait, no, John fucking Kavanagh. It's like John Kavanagh, yeah, I was like, yeah.
John Kavanagh trains him as well, but I forgot his name.
No shit, he trains him. He's like the fucking same person twice.
But what was I saying then? Yeah, the interim bout. Obviously, last time Khabib pulled out, didn't he?
Calabib.
And they offered it to him.
Yeah.
His trainer said he wasn't ready for it.
Wow.
Then Khabib tweets out, "Why are you hiding?"
Fucking high and mighty from him.
He said, "Why are you hiding?" Something like that. I choose my fights, not my trainer, and all this. But
Khabib can't say shit, man.
the talks have been for a while. Khabib against Conor in Russia.
It's never happening.
It's never happening.
It's never.
It's never happening.
Khabib's got a really low fan base.
He really does.
Like, not as much as Conor or the Diaz brothers, but
It's like the equivalent of like the Sharknado fan base.
jeez.
Like, they're not good, but you'll keep watching them because you watch them from the start and you can't wait to see how it ends to move on with the rest of your life.
TJ Dillashaw versus
Cody.
No
love. Have you seen him now without his beard?
No.
He's just got a moustache.
Shit.
TJ, you're a fucking snake. That's all he says. Got no talk.
He's probably the worst trash talker.
Yeah.
I mean, that trash talk with Dominic Cruz up to that fight, I was just like...
Oh my god. Dominic Cruz.
Well, they're all speaking like this now because they think it makes the big money.
You've got to be good at speaking. You can't just speak.
Yeah, and expect something to like happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
There's no one that can speak like that's not anywhere near Conor.
Kevin Lee.
Damn.
The fact that Conor ended Jeremy Stevens' career with that one line.
Yeah.
In the fucking year.
Yeah,
And then he got knocked out the next fight.
Stevens
Yeah.
leveled. Mystic Mac again.
Easy.
I'm the best 145 pounds.
When this guy punches people, he has to stay on top of him. When I knock him down, they stay down. Who the fuck? Oh my god! So it's like he was just rattling. It's like he was saying it really quickly, so he just like feel obligated to stop speaking as quickly as possible. But that was just the worst thing I've ever heard. Like a press conference, one of the worst things I've ever heard.
Do you think he's got him made of his head?
Who, Jeremy Stevens?
No. McGregor.
No, absolutely not. No,
Mentally too strong.
no, absolutely not.
Too strong mentally.
Wonder if anything happens at the press conference between the entourages.
Probably.
When Mayweather did his little
I'll take a guess.
Power Rangers, Zoltron 4000, whatever, and the old...
Vulture.
I'll take a guess. What happens is there'll be about half an hour
You can throw a water bottle.
of build up now.
Yeah.
Yeah. There'll be half an hour of build up. Some old people will come out and say stuff about boxing regulations. Exactly.
The rain.
Yeah, the big red monster will come out and start like spewing like just random shit, and then Conor will come out.
No, you missed Steven Espinoza.
Of course, sorry, Steven Espinoza.
Little rat.
Yeah, another rah. And then Conor will come out to rapturous applause.
What fur do you think he'll be wearing?
The weaves of all Floyd Mayweather's ex-wives.
Wow.
Are these the ex-wives that he's beaten to take them off? Yeah?
Yes, but he's probably got the wrong people.
What about the McGregor fans that smashed up his girlfriend's house? That threw rocks at her house and smashed her
Whose
windows?
house? Mayweather's girlfriend.
Not fuck over the Mayweathers, just fuck the Mayweather.
Girlfriend.
Have they?
Yeah,
Why?
McGregor fans smash the windows to her house.
Why?
Some die-hard fans though.
To the point where it's actually causing you abuse.
To the point where you spend a month in jail.
For Mayweather to get booed like that in his own country.
Yeah. They hate him anyway. They've always hated him.
Who, Mayweather?
But he's always repped American and Mexican colours.
Who?
Mayweather.
Mayweather getting booed in his own country?
Always.
Booed in Ireland?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry, I thought McGregor was up
in
with.
Brooklyn,
Oh,
Toronto.
God, when you're going up against McGregor, you're always the heel, regardless of where you come from.
Oh, McGregor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen
Why
that?
didn't he go to Boston now?
To be fair, when Alvarez was fighting McGregor, he's Philly born.
Yeah.
So he's always going to be the enemy no matter what. It just didn't help when this guy was basically just tapping into every single market possible and just...
How long's Philly away from New York?
Yeah, but they're enemies. They're like rivals. It's like Manchester Liverpool. It's the equivalent of Manchester Liverpool. Consider consider all the eastern states are the equivalent of Manchester and Liverpool. They all hate each other equally.
McGregor had won that fight before.
It even started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once he took that belt at the press conference.
It was a joke.
In his mink coat.
Did you see the fan edit on YouTube over Starboy? There's a half an hour Conor McGregor video dedicated to him fighting Diaz 2. Just it was Diaz 2 and Alvarez, and it's all the build up.
Oh right, okay.
And it showed Alvarez's rise from Bellator to being the champion at Bellator and moving on to the UFC, and he's just destroying everyone. If you looked at this and then you saw the McGregor fight, these are two different people. You would not recognize these people as the same person. They look the same, but the way they fight is completely different. Like the guy was completely not ready for the moment.
He just got absolutely destroyed. That was probably the best.
He was moving like he was in the Matrix.
The best performance McGregor's done to perfection.
I don't think he'll ever do anyone better.
The combos he was throwing just...
They were like Mortal Kombat type shit.
Eddie Alvarez was even... Have you heard what he's been saying about the Mayweather fight?
No.
He would not be surprised at all if McGregor won.
Of course, he's been fucking humbled. He's seen what's happened.
I love how
fast.
I love how fighters
Everyone has been against him.
opinions change.
I know.
They have to, as soon as it's come to them and they've seen it for themselves.
It's the same with Mayweather, because you look at how Andre Berto
Yeah.
talks about Mayweather and he puts him on a class of his own.
If you can prove to someone that you're better than them, they'll speak for you later on in life. Like every single time, you've seen it happen.
Oscar De La Hoya,
Oh, for God's sake, you can just shut up, man.
What, you're going to tell Oscar De La Hoya?
I'm not, but Floyd probably does. But it's just that he's beating you outright. You're not in the ring anymore. He is. So what does that say about him, and what does that say about you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Do you know what would be the ultimate thing Mayweather could do to possibly get in? Well, I doubt it very much would work, but to get in Conor's head, come out with Nate Diaz to the ring.
why? They both lost to each other.
The Diaz brothers.
They just cancel each other out. That won't do anything.
No, I don't think so.
It doesn't do anything. Bring his ex-wives out. That might do something.
The only thing that annoys Conor is that Floyd's got more money than him. So the only
Right
thing
now.
that I saw Conor get rattled at the conference, at the press conference.
For now.
So when Mayweather went, "Oh, it's a nice little watch you got there, nice little 40 grand watch there,"
But
and he goes like that, 1.2.
he says stuff though that then like there'd be like a counter argument, like when he's throwing them dollar bills, they're all $1. It's like
But we know he's got
with a brief,
money.
with a bag, and he's got like what, like $4
This
grand.
is
Yeah.
this is like the final boss. To be fair, like if McGregor does beat him, he becomes the guy.
Yeah.
Like he's undone 49 fights like
Where
that.
does he go then?
Did somebody say greatest boxer ever?
Yes. If you beat the greatest boxer ever, you have now become the greatest boxer ever. I think
What,
that
4 rounds of boxing.
that's how
that he
people.
claims.
That's how
No.
people.
It's 2 rounds now, because he said he's halved it. Now the gloves have gone down 2 ounces.
See, the thing is, that's how people would think. That's a mentality in the sense that if you beat the best, now you are suddenly the best.
Which in other sports it would be.
It does hold its weight, but when you've come from another sport, like the guy could trip and fall on his laces, and then Conor McGregor may look down and see that his left hook is like there. He might just go, "Oh yeah, I might do that now," and then that's it. He's the world champ.
Yeah.
He absolves all the belts.
If
Just-
Conor won though, he's gonna get every boxer calling him out.
He'll get a knighthood.
He'll get every boxer calling him out.
Yeah,
But I think the smart decision is
Go back to MMA.
yeah.
yeah. I think
He's
I
completed boxing.
I think the worst thing for him right now is to win boxing.
But that's what I'm saying. If
McGregor.
Yeah,
Why?
because it just creates this hellhole of what do I do?
No, it'd be the best thing for him.
You think
He'll be the greatest
what mixed combat
competing. Yeah.
the best combatant of all time.
Yeah.
The best athlete in
McGregor
combat sports.
still, he will still want that third fight with Nate.
Yeah.
Of course, that's a rivalry, and as
If
Daniel
he wins-
Cormier says,
If he wins that just puts him at the top.
yeah,
Like, I know that I'm listening to there's Jon Jones, but to cross over on 2 sports, he's already the first ever 2-weight world champion. But if he does that,
Did you see
You
my
do.
poll on
The
Twitter?
best.
Of
No.
Who do you think the greatest fighter to
yeah,
ever
and I
be?
can't believe people put Conor McGregor.
no, I blocked you.
Conor won it.
I blocked you.
I was actually like, I voted Jon Jones for it, and I was actually disgusted that Conor was.
Yeah, I was working, and I was working a night shift at McDonald's, and some guy came in. He was super drunk, and I was at the front, and he was speaking, and he was like, "Oh."
He told me, he said, "You'll do fucking nothing."
Before he asked for 20 chicken nuggets. And what happened was, he was like, "Oh God, I can't believe what Conor McGregor is going to do to this guy." Just speaking to him like it's not Mayweather or something like that. He was like, "Oh yeah." It's like, he could be the greatest of all time. And it's like, what do you think about Jon Jones? And he went, "Who's Jon Jones?" And I'm like, "Oh my God."
Wow.
And I was like, and another one I was hearing in a pub, after Jon Jones beat Cormier, a couple of days after, the week after or something like that. He's like, "Yeah, he's a good champion, but he'll only be a true champion once he fights and beats Conor McGregor." And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense.
Are these people serious?
Yes.
What it is now, because Conor obviously is the best trash talker there is, and his videos are going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
You've got people jumping on the Conor hype.
Yeah, but at the same time, have you seen how many times he's been forced to backtrack because he's talked so much?
It's always going to happen.
I know, but then people are like, "Oh, he's still the best," and I'm like, no, he's the best talker, yes. He's not the best fighter, by any means. by any means. As much as you want him to be.
I would have even put Anderson Silva above him.
Connor.
Yeah,
Definitely.
before the only thing that puts into question is obviously the losses he's getting now.
I think he'd get bought by Junior Dos Santos as well. Sorry, not Junior Dos Santos. Dos Santos.
Rafael Dos Santos.
Yeah.
Well, he's fallen right.
I know he's fallen right off, but at that time, do you know when he was fighting Alvarez?
Yeah.
I think if they swapped that round and McGregor fought Dos Santos, I think that would have been it. I think he would have been leveled.
Who, McGregor?
Yeah.
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 No, not a chance.
You don't think so? If he's too three-dimensional for him, he wouldn't have matched up properly.
Look.
How is it that Eddie Alvarez did that to Dos Santos? So?
Yeah.
What, just bopped him?
Yeah, and then Conor did it to Eddie Alvarez.
I think it's stylistically different. I think they're stylistically different fighters, and as a result, different results will entail. Like, if you're the best, you can defend no matter what. But in combat sports like MMA, it's so much more difficult to predict because there's so many more factors at play.
Yeah.
And you could be the best stand-up artist, you could be the best boxer in MMA, in the UFC, whatever. But if you're taken down to the ground by an elite submission artist, an elite Muay Thai fighter, or a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter, that's it for you. You can't do anything there.
Yeah.
So that's like the stylistic matchups there that are the problem. And it's really hard to decide who could be number one in the world. So that's why I think if McGregor actually fought someone who is all well-rounded, someone even half as good as Nate Diaz. Because he took him to the ground, he took his back, and that was it. He didn't know what to do. He was panicking. It was a mess. And then if you put someone who is an elite in the clinch or elite on the ground, it's over for McGregor.
Yeah.
He's only fought against people who he stood up against, and if he's knocked them down, he's called them back up.
Do you not think? Well, I think the energy thing though is why he lost that fight.
What do you mean?
Jose.
No, the first Diaz one.
Why?
He didn't preserve his energy.
I think he was underprepared.
Bro,
I've
I've
never
never seen so many capoeira kicks in my life.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if he was playing UFC too, you could just see the stamina bar just go all the way down.
He even said that himself. That's the only reason he shot for a takedown.
He was underprepared, but you saw what happened when he was so prepared. That fight went to split decision, and the only reason it went to split decision was because he refused to go to the ground with him.
Fine.
Huh?
The second one.
All right.
Yeah, he refused to go down to the ground. He stuffed all takedowns as well, mostly takedowns. And if he did get taken down, he got straight back up. But if he did decide to go on his back, it's over. If he decided to take him down, Diaz has too much of an arsenal on the ground. Even if he's in an advantageous position, McGregor's on an advantageous position.
He's so long.
Yeah, he could just destroy you from anywhere on the ground, Diaz.
You could tell though that first Diaz fight,
Yeah,
it was all because of Conor's energy, because he was getting
of course
he was getting hit by, he don't get hit by shots.
of course. You know, you're exactly right.
Second round,
Yeah.
He was breathing in with 4 minutes
Heavy.
to go.
He wanted to end that fight.
And then that 1-2 punch came in from
Yeah,
Diaz.
because he realized he was only better. Yeah, he realized he was only better at one thing, and that was boxing. He tried to finish the fight because he was going against an elite level in terms of stamina competitor. The guy is doing triathlons for fun at this point. So if you do not finish the fight within the first 2 rounds, what do you have past that? He tried to finish it in 2 rounds. It didn't work out for him.
Do you not think it says something that is how good is Nate Diaz at boxing?
Nate Diaz is fantastic because of his stamina.
Diaz can put boxers to shame.
Yeah.
Exactly, and Conor trumped him.
Yeah. I think Conor McGregor is the best boxer in the UFC.
The only thing that Conor's not got.
Yeah.
He's not the best boxer in the world.
Or Stipe.
It's up there, definitely. I'd love to see those two together. Catch weight.
You think?
Yeah.
See, there's so many
Right,
factors
right.
because he's such a good kickboxer as well. So where do you draw the line?
Just talking purely boxing.
Yeah, it's purely boxing. Cerrone?
Purely boxing.
I know one.
I say Nick and
I know one.
Nick and Nate.
Well, I know one who's probably up there. You two might not agree with me. Mark Hunt.
Stand and bang. Stand and bang. He could, yeah.
The best
Nick
of the
and
walk.
Nate.
Best of the walkaway KO.
Yeah, walkaway KOs are different from technical boxing.
Yeah.
That's just
Nick and Nate.
because you're standing up against people.
Trust me.
You're standing up against people who do not move their head. They don't guard properly, and those jabs just go straight through because they're expecting anything else. But just again, if you had a boxing match, I'd think the only people that would win boxing match, out and out boxing matches against the entire roster of the UFC, Mark Hunt, probably like that by the skin of his teeth, just by breaking the guard. Conor McGregor, the Diazes, and Stipe Miocic. I said it as a fucking nuzzer. Stipe Miocic is so on my mind right now. Just I see Coco in my head. It's like, I think like it's just too up in the air to decide who's the best at this, who's the best at that, because there's so many stylistic matchups. You can't say, you can say who's the best fighter at the time, but you can't say who's best at what.
This is the crazy thing with fighting.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
But with boxing, it's a lot more limited because you can only punch them there or there. Anything lower is just
like, it's just that's what's so exciting about the whole concept of it. If that it could just change. With
yeah, of course, but it's the hope that it will change with just one punch, and I just don't think it will happen. Like,
so we're all hoping for like, well, not we, but a lot of people are hoping for Pacquiao to just pour it on.
yeah.
Never happening.
Pacquiao would have had more chance of that before he got knocked out by who did he get? Was it Marquez or something?
Yeah, in the last second of the round.
Yeah, if that was a few years
Got put to
before,
sleep.
when it first came to, I think
It's prime.
Yeah.
It's a weird experience because everyone was watching it, and everyone was like, "Okay, nothing's happening this round. Maybe next round's going to be different."
Yeah.
Okay, nothing's happened this round. Maybe next round's going to be different.
Kind of like the
Yeah.
Joshua fight with
Yeah,
Klitschko,
but that delivered.
Yeah.
That was like, oh my god. But by the time the Pacquiao Mayweather fight got to round 10, people were still like, oh, nothing happened that round. Maybe something, they're just going to stand and bang for the last round or something like that.
What happens when people fight Mayweather, they adapt to his tempo of the
Of
fight.
course, he just kills the tempo.
That's what Conor does amazingly.
What?
Dictates the tempo of the
Yeah.
fight. Slows it right down to his... Slows it right down. And he negates their shots. Like, they're throwing punches, and then he'll dodge them, and then he'll be like... And then they'll think, well, I might not throw it there. I might not throw it there. Oh, I might just pull out of that one. And it slows it down to McGregor. And McGregor, so they're thinking, and McGregor's like...
Yeah, I'm just going to do what I want.
Just pick you off here.
It's going to be
Put up my own
so...
tempo. And that's what we saw at the second fight against Diaz. The first fight, McGregor was going wild.
Yeah.
Just fighting out the blue. Like,
Okay.
second fight, preserved, knocked him down 4 times, picking his shots well.
Right. No, it makes sense.
One spinning kick as well.
Yeah. Describe what the Mayweather-McGregor fight will be like in one word.
Oh.
Well, there it is. Ooh.
What do you think?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Depressing.
Masterclass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly can't call it.
Oh God, you can say one word. Fuck. Nothing. You really don't. You really want McGregor to win.
Yeah.
Your heart says McGregor, but your balls say Mayweather.
No. If
Heart says no.
if this is the Mayweather that everyone knows,
Yeah.
I expect him to win.
But if it's the McGregor, everyone knows what happens then. I was just blowing your mind with that. Mayweather in the 4th.
And Conor can take a shot as well. He'll take a shot to get inside.
That's funny though.
What?
We know how Mayweather's going to fight. And we know he's not going to push the pace. But it's 2 years on. And he's going to be slower than what he was before.
Somewhat.
I think everyone underestimates how fast Conor McGregor is also.
Yeah.
And how precise he is.
Precise. Accurate.
What was it what he said when he beat was it Aldo?
It's like I don't believe in speed and power, I believe in precision and timing.
Yeah, something like that. But it's just he's gonna be so just imagine. Did you know
I am just imagining.
Imagine if he actually wins.
That's what I was saying at Jones Cormier. You know what happened when he lost? The first thing I thought was restart match. And the second thing I thought was best of 5.
Do you know what I think it is that makes me want Conor to win so much? Obviously, I'm a big fan of his, but
Are you?
just to see everyone's reaction, and I'd love to see what Floyd Mayweather would say.
Imagine like Leonard Ellaby's reaction.
Would he be humble about it, Floyd?
He'd have to be 49-1.
all the trash he's been
I
talking
think
about,
he'll do an
like,
interview.
yeah, probably.
He'd have to be quiet for a couple of years.
There's only one thing God made perfect, and that's my boxing record.
It's definitely,
That's a direct
Apart
quote.
from his amateurs.
it's definitely not his fucking reading ability. So that's not.
What?
I just don't like him. I respect his craft.
Floyd.
No, I just don't like him.
Right, now tell me the difference. Why don't you like Floyd but you like Conor? What's the difference?
Because I guess I'd want to be more like Conor than Floyd.
What's the difference?
He just say whatever he wants. He just flows.
I think Connor's just more.
Charismatic. He knows what to do under the spotlight.
I think he's he's more moral.
Yeah. What's that? Is your mic okay?
Yeah, it's alright.
Like when he lost to Diaz, he made no complaints. He just owned up to it. Whereas I think Floyd would be different to that.
But we don't know. But from now, the basis on now, what is the difference?
His charisma, mainly. And the fact that I think that he has just this reckless abandon in the sense that even if he loses, he'll still keep his head up high. And he really has nothing to lose in this fight, so he's saying whatever. Compared to Mayweather, who is only his record. And if he has nothing past that, then what is he? Like, if he didn't have this record, where would he be?
Right, Conor wasn't a fighter, where would he be?
No, I know what you mean, but he has been defeated, and he's still this as high as ever. Like, the highest he's ever been.
Yeah.
So, why would you not want to be... If you can still lose and still be successful...
Why would you not like Mayweather?
What?
Perfect boxer.
Just because I wouldn't appeal... That wouldn't appeal to me to fight like that.
But being the perfect boxer. What, to be a boxing masterclass?
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, but it just doesn't appeal to me in the sense that I'd rather, as bad as it sounds, burn for half as long but twice as bright. And be renowned as this guy who was like just tearing the world on fire.
Do you
That's
regard
another-
him as the greatest ever?
Who?
Mayweather.
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
Based on his record alone.
Is that just the record thing?
Just a record. It's just a... If he lost, no.
But couldn't you just say, who was the other one? Rocky Marciano?
Yeah.
Is he the one who's 48 now?
It's... If you attack and lose, it's okay to lose. Like, it's fine. If you defend and lose, then what becomes of you? Do you know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
not defending though, it's boxing.
No, I know it's boxing, but it's very, very defensive boxing. And you've seen fighters who are more aggressive, who aren't as successful as him, obviously,
Yeah.
based on his record alone.
Yeah.
I understand that the record is very, very important.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it shouldn't stop you from doing what you want to do. And I felt that stopped Mayweather from doing what he wants to do.
If he lost, do you think that'd be it?
It would have to be.
Yeah.
You don't think he'd have another fight? I think he'd just completely be out of the spotlight.
He could only be out of the spotlight at
I
that
don't
point.
think he'd do nothing, no media, nothing like that.
Just live his life.
Yeah.
But I just don't get how people. I don't see the difference how people can like one.
And not like the other.
Yeah.
It's completely a prerogative. Like, how do you like Mayweather more than you like McGregor?
No, I like them both equally.
Equally.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's why I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah, I don't hate
I'm
Mayweather.
leaning towards Mayweather winning more because he's
Yeah.
he's a boxer.
You'd expect that.
Yeah.
You'd expect
Yeah.
Mayweather, but then
But I would love Conor to win.
but everyone, there's nobody as unpredictable as Conor McGregor.
No, absolutely. I don't hate Mayweather for the record. It's just that I feel as though his personal life is affecting my opinion, and I know.
because of what he's done in the past.
Yeah, and I know it shouldn't, but it's always going to create some bias. It's there naturally. Like, you root for the person who's squeaky clean, and if you're rooting for the person that's doing something wrong, that in a real life situation, then I think there's something wrong with you. You know, and I think it's the guy that's having a lot of fun on the stage, entertaining everyone, having laughs and joking over people. The person who's like doing something wrong at their expense.
Yeah.
I think you're always going to have a victory. You're always going to be over people. If you can dig up the dirt and everything like that, it may seem bad, but it's entertaining.
Every person he's faced,
Yeah.
he's beaten.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah.
Made the most money in the sport.
Uh-huh.
First sports billionaire.
Yeah. Is he?
Well, Tiger Woods had a double.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
But that is everything a kid
Dreams of. I never dreamed of beating my wives up. And I know.
Talking the sports.
I know you're talking the sports, but there'll always be that baggage with him because not only did he do it, he also tries and covers it up. And I think that's the problem. In the sense that McGregor has nothing to lose. He's done nothing really wrong as far as we know so far. And I think that's a lot more liberating to be, because I think that puts him in a position where he can be who he wants to be, instead of Mayweather, who's like, oh, I can say whatever I want, but he can't say whatever he wants with the fear of something coming back to bite him in the arse.
If he didn't beat his wife,
yeah, due to Don,
but he like took steroids,
yeah,
but only got found out at the end of his career,
yeah,
what would you say to that?
It completely puts an asterisk against everything he's ever done.
You think that for every sportsman?
Yeah, it happened to Lance Armstrong. It's happened to Jon Jones now.
If Floyd loses, would you still consider him as the best ever?
He's definitely up there. It creates a disputed.
Just because of that one loss.
Of course, it shakes everything up. You've lost, and you've lost to a non-boxer.
Like that's like for all he's been through, for all the training he's put in.
To lose to someone
on paper, apart from the record, you'd say the advantage is McGregor.
The angles.
What, for a person who's boxed
bigger person?
22 years?
No, I'm saying on
everything
paper,
except for boxing.
Except for the record.
Yeah.
The age.
Yeah.
20. That's a big gap. 29-year-old against 40. You've seen what's just happened to Bernard Hopkins.
To be fair, if we're comparing it, we should compare it to Klitschko versus Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua didn't start boxing
until very. I think people care too much about age. I think it's too much of a factor for people to think about.
AJ went to the Olympics 2012.
Yeah, he started like.
That's what's that? 5 years ago
Mm-hmm.
now.
No, I think the thing with age, there's always going to be some sort of rust there.
How old's AJ? Like 22?
29.
Well, he's 22 when he... Oh, so he's like 24.
He started boxing at 18, I think.
Yeah.
And then 4 years later.
He might be 27, 28.
I don't have internet.
He's not like early 20s, I know that.
Well, that speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Yeah. I that's why I think it doesn't matter about the age. I think it matters about the physique, the experience, and the will.
You say that, but...
The ability as well.
You're saying it doesn't matter about age?
I don't think it matters as much. I think obviously it slows you down, but if you use it as an excuse, you can let it be an excuse.
Yeah.
But
look at Daniel Cormier.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. But if the excuse you're going for is that he's 40, then his last 3 fights don't count because he's getting old and he's slowing down. If he lost any of those, he's getting old and slowing down. This must be his end. This must be his downfall.
What were his last 3 fights?
Yeah, but his last 2 fights, Andre Berto.
Yeah.
Who's obviously not on the same level as
No,
him.
Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao. How old's Manny Pacquiao now?
And I don't know. And who's it?
And
Canelo as well.
And Canelo, fair enough.
But Canelo was 19.
Yeah.
Canelo.
19.
Yeah, and he was brawling.
19.
And he was brawling.
AJ's 27.
I personally think, yeah.
Went to the Olympics, and only prior to that, he's been boxing 3 years.
So he won gold at the Olympics, and he started boxing at 18, and he won the gold at 22.
Yeah. I personally think that if Mayweather wins this, regardless of whether he wins or loses, I think he could fight till he's 50. He could fight till he's 50. And I think people put such a label on that because, 50 is such an old age and all that stuff. It's how you take care of yourself. I think you can.
You can't.
We'll find out. He could retire after this fight. You can't. You don't think so?
You can't be successful.
I think people have won and fought at 50.
No.
They haven't won at 50.
Bernard Hopkins
didn't win.
In most cases, though, at that age when you get to 40, it's started to decline.
Yeah, of course they decline, but they don't fall, like, their ability just doesn't fall off the face of the earth.
Just look at Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, they slowly start to lose stuff, but that comes down to their work ethic as well. No. He's doing. You don't think so at all?
The body breaks down.
Of course, the body breaks down, but it breaks down slowly, and it's up to your maintenance to take care of that. If you don't take care of it at all, it's going to decline a lot quicker than it would if you do take care of it.
Like this. Nigel Benn is looking for a comeback.
Yeah.
against what's it called, Steve
Collins.
Yeah.
Who he lost to. He couldn't still box up there.
Yeah.
Because his body won't let him to.
No.
Let him be able to.
Yeah.
Even if he was in the best of shapes,
Uh-huh.
he couldn't. Have you seen Chris Eubank?
Not recently.
He ripped the fuck.
Ripped.
Yeah.
Ripped.
Yeah.
He couldn't box at a high level like he is.
Like he used to.
Yeah.
He can still find opponents though, obviously.
Obviously, but he
But
couldn't box.
no, he's not fighting to elite level.
Yeah.
But I think if you're still in the sport
Yeah.
and you keep well and you train your body and you keep that conditioning going, like Mayweather does,
Yeah.
I think that there's no real problems with it. Yes, he'll steadily decline, but the decline won't be like that all the way down in like the first 2 years. I think it will slowly decline over like the course of 10 years or so.
But he hasn't trained for a fight in 2 years.
When was the last time, or how much time did he have to train for a fight before he fought?
Well, it's not even the fact that he has to train.
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yeah, but you're in that routine
Yeah.
of doing it on a regular
I think
basis.
I obviously.
However, for the last 2 years,
Yeah.
Mayo's been training.
Yeah, he's done nothing but.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be
Yeah.
training, but he
Yeah.
won't be.
boxing match ready.
Yeah, he won't be. Isn't.
No, that's good.
There's a difference
Yeah.
between training and training for a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think because once he loses that conditioning, he'll start to lose his ability quicker. But the fact that he keeps that staves it off for a little bit longer.
This is why I'm saying the only problem he will have.
Yeah.
If this isn't the Mayweather that we know.
Yeah.
That is the only problem.
Because of his actual ability in decline.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to be as good as he was in his last fight. I still think he's going to be elite and probably up in his own level. He can still defend all the same. He can still counterpunch just as fine. I think he's got like slightly... His hands won't be as fast as they were, but...
His hands are brittle as well.
Yeah, they will be. But I don't think if he's going to get punched on the hand, they're going to break. I don't think if he keeps his guard up, McGregor's going to... Yeah, I don't think if he keeps his guard up, McGregor's going to break through it, like, unless he's very, very sort of lackadaisical or very sort of switched off. I think the main enemy is just up there and not switching off. It's his brain. And that's the only thing stopping him. If he starts thinking like everyone thinks about him, oh, he's getting old, he's going to retire soon, he can't be as sharp as he was, I think that's the beginning of the end for him, in the sense that he won't fight until he's 42, let alone 50. Yeah.
I think he's against probably the most awkward person he could have ever been against.
At 49, at 49 and 0.
Yeah, and at the age of 40 against someone who's in the prime at 29 years of age.
Yeah.
27.
No, he's 29 now.
No, he's 28.
28, I think. He's in prime physical shape at this age.
Yeah,
he's not in prime boxing shape. He's not in prime boxing ability.
Yeah, I know, but Mayweather's been rocked before when he's been in his prime.
Uh-huh.
If he ain't in his prime,
Yeah.
he can definitely get rocked now.
When's the last time he was rocked? You can't even...
ago.
A while ago. So
That's what I'm
It
saying.
could be literally over a decade.
Yeah. The fact that he hasn't put himself in that position to get rocked just shows how skillful he is. Because he's probably wait, what, 13 years?
I think
10?
Shane Mosley won
Yeah.
the last.
10 years past his prime, and he's still finding way. It's like Michael Jordan. Instead of being athletic, he worked on the jump shot. He had that fadeaway. He still found ways to score, even though his athleticism was leaving him. It just makes him more of a potent person. It forcibly makes him use his mind more to become more tactical, because his body may be breaking down, yes, but his mind is still as young as ever, so he still has new tricks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah? Does that make more sense?
I agree,
Yeah.
but it's just so unpredictable, isn't it?
You really want it to be.
No, because
No,
It's-
it is.
It's unpredictable, yeah.
Because everyone's like, no one knows if it's going to be the same Mayweather.
Yeah.
No one knows how Conor's going to be.
Spaghetti arm.
Spaghetti
with that karate
arms.
stance. Who would think of going into a boxing match with a karate stance? Apart from Conor McGregor.
Richie Blackman. Perhaps.
Then
What are you looking at me like that
we
for?
we know Conor can take a shot.
Yeah.
He can take a shot in 4-ounce gloves. He's never been rocked before.
Mm.
And he'll take a shot to get inside to get his shot away.
Deep.
Floyd will submit him.
I think Batista will run in and cash in the money in the bank briefcase for
And
Floyd's wear.
I think if Floyd says that he's going to attack like he says he does,
Which you won't.
like he's promised his fans, someone's going to get knocked out.
His family.
Yeah. Someone's lying. He's lying there. He can only be lying. He's lying.
We know what he's gonna do. Floyd's Floyd.
Richard Nixon lied less.
Why is he gonna change his why is he gonna change his like fighting style for one fight to make it 50-0 when he's done the same fighting style for the whole 49?
Oh, another thing, you saw how rough and ragged Conor was with Paulie in sparring.
Yeah.
If he gets him in a clinch, he's going to be roughed up.
Yeah. Well, the ref won't let him get
The plum clinch.
Did you see the ref on Ricky Hatton versus Mayweather fight?
Yeah.
Wouldn't touch him.
They didn't get close.
No,
He broke him up before they started clinching.
the ref that they've got, I can't remember the last big fight. The last big fight he reffed, but he was criticised for letting the fight get too rough within the clinch.
Really?
Oh, okay. Right, yeah.
Well, he won't let it get too rough because he's already been criticised for it now.
And if it goes 12 rounds, I think McGregor appealed for, was it a European judge or something?
Was it?
It was something like that.
Yeah.
I think they're all American judges.
Look, all I'm saying is everybody wins. McGregor wins. Mayweather wins.
Yeah, obviously.
McGregor's got his life sorted.
Yeah. The only time this isn't a win is if McGregor wins and Mayweather loses.
McGregor wins in both cases.
Yeah, of course, it's win-win for him. It's lose.
But if he wins the fight...
Yeah.
He's already won now.
Yeah, of course.
McGregor.
Yeah.
From where he's come from to the position he's in now.
4 years. 4 years.
He was still getting money on the dole in 2012.
That door.
And look at him now.
It's alright, isn't it?
Crazy.
Yeah, so you reckon he's still claiming? No, thank you for listening. And when will we be back for the next one?
Next week.
Next week, what day? Unsure. TBD.
We'll have to have a full...
Just like the name.
On the,
It depends.
The MMA Elite on Twitter.
The Elite MMA.
It depends whether I'm going to be happy about the result or not.
You're never going to be happy with this result.
Final predictions for the McGregor-Mayweather fight. Rich?
Gotta follow Mystic Mac in 4.
Hey,
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
Harrison, you've got to pick now. This is the prediction.
Can I not go draw now?
No.
You can go draw.
You can go draw.
Everyone wins.
McGregor if it's not the Mayweather of old.
And myself personally, Mayweather 12 rounds decision.
Okay, thank you very much. If you stuck around for this long, thank you for listening. And we will see you in next week's podcast where we'll probably see Harrison crying about the result.